great cook and great chef. Certainly the cook itself or great chef in some restaurant very often don't have that much to do with the cooking anymore. You go to the Waldorf Astoria, for example, then the chef will have to contend with several banquets of 1,000, 1,500 people. So he will go organize, of course, work out his menu, taste here and there, but that's about it. If you want to make a distinction between, in a sense, a pencil chef and a skillet chef, you know, and the skillet chef being someone who will have a small restaurant, or someone like Thomas Keller here, and will be behind the stove cooking day after day, you know, morning after morning. So that's really someone involved in the cooking itself. Both of those are chefs. You know, by definition, I am not a chef unless I work in a professional kitchen with other people who are working for me. So I am called the chef, which is the chief in France, to run that kitchen. When I go back at home, I'm the cook there. My wife is the chef. You know, it's different. When I was a child, the chef or the cook was at the bottom of the social scale, and any good mother would have wanted her child to marry a doctor, a lawyer, or an architect, but not a cook. Now we are genius. See what happened in the last 30 years. So it's totally different. And now the young chef content with publicity, with PR people, with having their name all over in the newspaper and so forth. And this is good in some way, not too good in other way, because a lot of young chefs will go into that business to, quote, become Emery Lagasse or Bobby Flay and, quote, become famous, which probably will never happen, when in fact you should go in that business only for one reason, and the reason is because you love it and you feel gratified by it. Because if you don't, you will sweat a lot, you still work Saturday, Sunday, you still work 16 hours a day, and you still probably have varicose veins by the time you're 40 years old, and you don't really make much money. However, if you're gratified by it and if you love it, then it's worth all of this. Not always easy for young chefs who fight, you know, for the clientele with other young chefs in the same town, and everyone wants to create something new, something different, something on that, and very often that's where some very complicated cuisine comes from. And the fact that we are now able to get product from all over the world, and there is less and less border, and we're exposed to all kind of cuisine. Certainly in a place like New York, where there is over 20,000 restaurants, the multiplicity of ethnicity that there is absolutely amazing. So exposing to those other cuisine open a whole world, you know, especially with young American chefs who haven't been trained necessarily only in classical French cuisine or Italian cuisine. So they take a little bit from everybody, and that kind of fusion cooking can be very exciting. It can also open, of course, a Pandora box, and that's often why you end up with maybe a bowl of Roquefort with a slice of, with a bowl of ice cream on top of it. You say, who would never have thought of that, you know? I would tell them, do it for love, absolutely. Don't do it for anything else, because ultimately that's what will amount to. You have to be gratified with what you do. I mean, I have the best of all possible world. I make a living out of something I love to do and probably would do for free, you know, and people pay me for it. So I'm very lucky. And I never regretted to be in my business, but don't do it, as I say, to, quote, become famous and all that, because it may happen, but it's likely that it may not.